Hello everyone!
Hello and welcome to our first ever podcast called Free Brown Ladies.
Yes, we're really excited to start this podcast. I've got my mom and my younger sister.
Hello!
So my younger sister Kiran, she's 24, I'm 26, and my mom, we won't divulge her age, but she looks as young as ever.
Yes, it's a secret.
So I think what we're trying to do is, as Indians, we want to bring this podcast, which is new and interesting, because we're talking about topics that might not be discussed already and things that we've had experiences of, and also just raising awareness to
some very sensitive topic it hasn't been talked about, or people are kind of a fear. They don't want to discuss it in the public.
Yeah. So it's really interesting why we started this podcast is because we always have these discussions. Mom always has been really open with us, and being Indian, sometimes that's not always the case. There's a lot of pressure on us, and just people in general get a lot of pressure put on them. So we want to have open discussions where we've got three different women and three different opinions and views and experiences in life. So we want to bring that forward to you. What do you think, Kiran?
Yeah, I definitely agree. We are all different in our opinions, which is really nice. Mom is actually from India, so it's nice getting her point of view. So
I am Indian, proud to be Indian.
Whereas me and my sister, we're born and bred in Britain, so we have our Indian culture as well as being British. So it's nice to have that. There is different views. And also, we're going to get different people on our podcast.
I'm really excited for that. Like, obviously, we get to talk to each other, but we're really excited to get other people's opinions and views and also experiences. So it's just going to be nice and fun, family vibes.
It's going to be family vibes, and we're creating a community which is like everyone can talk freely without judgment and without feeling fear. So please join our community and family with the Free Brown Ladies.
Woohoo! Yeah, with that being said, I really like what Mum said there. I think it's true. We're going to be no filter, just going to talk freely. You might agree with us on some things, you might disagree with us on some things, but the important thing is we're just going to give our honest opinions and honest experiences, so you can just take something away from this. And yeah, let's get going on our first topic.
First topic. What is the first topic?
What is it?
So the first topic is Indian weddings too much money?
Yeah, like, are Indian weddings worth the money? Because let's face it, this is quite a hot topic, especially now. I'm talking to lots of people
who get married,
who have got married.
How much is the typical Indian wedding for people who don't know?
50,000. That's the average.
That is a typical Indian wedding. £50,000 is a lot of money.
That's just average, not like...
that's not even a low.
That's like the bare basics, isn't it?
Bare basic, yeah.
Like, that's if you not do anything out of the ordinary, just the normal £50,000.
Like small, you would say small, average wedding. Wow. 50,000, total waste. My daughter's gonna get married, and I am kind of thinking, why we have to spend all this money for what?
Even I'm thinking it, like, being obviously a young person who wants to get married.
Also, guys, do people know what culture we are? So we're actually, I know we said we're Indian, but we're actually Punjabi. So
yeah, Punjabi and Sikh.
So we have Sikh. So we
have a lot of culture.
So we have Sikh weddings. That's what we're mainly talking about, is our Sikh weddings. And everyone, I'm not sure everyone is aware that Punjabis and Sikhs, we like to spend a lot of money and make our weddings very, very big. And our typical wedding is around 100 guests, isn't it?
Yeah.
that's
But
it.
in that, let's just break down all the cultures then. So in a Punjabi wedding, there's just so many events that have to happen. So first you've got the engagement, which is what, like a chunni.
That's a new thing, because I am the mother here, so I'm gonna keep cutting and keep poking in it what was new, what wasn't before. So chunni used to be very small ceremony.
Didn't you just do at the house?
Yeah, so they used to come, the boy side used to come to your house, bring chunni and makeup, and that's it. And the girl, they just give it to the girl. And now it's a big event itself, isn't it? So
Yeah, so there's that. And then what's the next thing? Would you say juggle?
Yeah.
then it's a sangeet.
Sangeet. That's also a new thing, isn't it?
It was it used to be sangeet, especially if your boy is getting married, and all the village, all your family and other people from the village used to come to your house, and they used to sing songs and just have a cup of tea. And now sangeet actually is like event itself again.
Yeah.
So that's an extra two things. It's make really big extra two and unnecessary.
And then we've got
But I think I like the idea behind the events, but I think they need to be treated more as just like a get together, like a happy social,
Happy,
rather
home
than
thing.
happy
Yeah, like a home
environment,
thing.
because it's
Yeah.
a wedding. It's supposed to be happy things.
Yeah, just
And
instead
then
of putting
also-
that pressure on this as an event, make it more like just come round our house. We're just gonna sing, get together, have a party, like vibes, fun. Like you don't need to look 100%.
Glamorous.
Yeah.
And that's what to try. This is another thing. We'll come back to this. People looking glamorous.
Okay.
Spending too much
So then
money.
after the Sangeet, then we have
Then is Maya.
Maya.
Which is absolutely necessarily is really needed. So
What is a Maya again?
Maya is like a boy and who's getting married, either boy or girl. So we put this kind of paste with the gram flour, turmeric oil. So basically it helps to glow your skin. Supposed to be you wear really all clothes. You're not supposed to have a bath or shower before you get married. So that's give you kind of a glow to your skin. So after Maya is a big thing. It's a jago party.
Yeah.
It's for both boys and girls. That kind of for boys especially is a celebration. So that was the last.
So describe what the jago is.
Jago is basically it's like a bachelor party, before he's getting married. So
I thought it was when back in the days in the Bend, it would be like the one family coming, the two families coming, isn't it? And they used to bring the juggle into the Bend.
No, because
Yeah.
it's
It's a two sides. It's the Nanake and the Dadake.
Yeah. So basically, it's like boys and girls. It's a free they. The free before they're getting married. That's the thing. And then also, especially for girls, they mummy both. Girls and boys, they both sisters brother called mummies. They came nanaka shakaleke. So basically, they bring gift to girl, especially girl, and they give a dress what she's gonna wear next day.
So that's what the actual juggle's meant to be about back in the day.
Back in the
it's
day.
just developed into what it is now.
Back in day, so all the your mother's mother's family come, and they used to stay in your house, and because of their staying, they used to come a week before, and because of their staying, and they used to go in the night, and they used to going disturbing other people, your go to the village and disturbing other people, making fun, making Mickey of yourself. Basically, they was just having proper fun, and they in the night they used to light up a diva or candles,
Yeah.
and going into the in the village through the small roads in the village, and just making lots of noise and singing and screaming. So basically they try to we are here.
Yeah.
Making a statement.
Yeah.
That was the.
So that's what it was
original.
all about, the actual juggle.
Yeah.
Because you have to think, back then in Punjab, it was like they all lived in villages and they all lived like away from each other. So when these weddings happened, it was like they would travel to each other's village, and it was a huge.
It wasn't like you can call every day, or wasn't there. So
it was a big deal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was exciting. And
it was
fun.
excitement. It was more excitement, more fun, more closeness, more being
community.
There, for each other.
So, and then the last thing is the wedding day, which again is a whole massive event in itself. You've got it starts off with, on the boys' side, the family might go to the house and do the injury, and then on the girl, then they do the milani, then they do the actual ceremony, then they do the giving of the money, the pyar. Then you've obviously got the big party, entrance, cake, all of that stuff. Then at the end you do the
dolly, sad part, and then it's go next day as well. And then the especially boys' family, close family, come to the girl family, bring the girl back. And then again, it's like you make a food. You used to give gifts. Still people do that as well. So it's like it's like a at least week worth
festivities.
Events.
Sometimes 2 weeks, isn't it?
And you have to think nowadays everyone's very busy. And to get a week off work for every single person, it's just a lot, isn't it? And after work, sometimes we working, and then after work we have to go straight to our, Sangeet night, or we have to go straight to a Maya. Yeah. It's quite a lot, and a juggle as well, because the juggle tends to be on a Friday night, doesn't it? And then the wedding usually is on a Saturday.
But the thing is, if we take it back to basics and talk about some of the stuff that Mom was saying, if it was just you only have to buy dresses and big stuff for the big day, like the juggle and the wedding, okay, maybe, I get it, those are important, but then everything else, why don't we make it more just come in whatever you're wearing, let's just have a fun with it, just go back to basics.
I know,
but there's all that pressure.
There is a pressure.
I have to wear this for the Sangeet night now, I have to look that way, even for the Maya now you have to look good. It's just there's no there's just
it's like
but I think if that's on you, I personally think you can wear whatever you want, but because if you were getting married like my sister, I would want to make sure I look really good, because obviously it's my sister, but if it was someone else, then I don't know.
I think it's like this media, they just portray in a negative ways. You have to look glam, and all.
I think it's just the generation.
Yeah,
I think it's what
created
we
by
have
the media.
Yeah,
so it's
created by the media.
Even I am. I am mother of 3, and I have to look good, because everybody is looking good.
Do you think it's a bit of society pressure as well?
Society pressure is.
But don't you think it's a little bit on yourself as well?
I think it's a mix of all things. I think it's a mix of generation changing, society pressure, and also yourself. Because
I wouldn't want to look bad. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I would want to look good. I'm not going to turn up to any event
feeling uncomfortable that everyone is dressed in a certain way and you're not.
And you look kind of half, not in a mean way, but then everyone's going to be like, oh, look what she's wearing. But then that's,
That's the pressure.
That's the pressure. It's the pressure.
So that's the pressure. You have to
make sure you look good.
You look decent, I would say.
Yeah. But that's why I was saying, can't we take it back to basics?
Mom, can I just quickly ask Mom? Because we go to a lot of weddings. How much on average would you say that you spend as just a guest?
As a guest, probably just a couple of £100 just on the makeup and hair alone. And sometimes I feel oh, I don't really want to pay that much.
But
No,
also,
it feels like a waste, doesn't it?
And also,
it's also the gift giving as well.
gift.
You have to give gifts.
That's a different thing. If you like your family wedding, you end up spending almost £1,000 because it's like you're buying your dresses, you wear makeup, their gifts, their present, wedding day, the money giving away. Little things, everything like Sangeet night, sometimes you have to give a PR. Every time boys and girls sitting together, you have to give a PR as a close people, so
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money to
wow.
spend.
So
And
even as a guest, there's a massive issue.
Because you have to think, how many weddings have we got next year? 3.
Yeah,
We're gonna
big
be
one.
with 3 big weddings,
like
next
close
year.
weddings.
Close weddings, and
we're
we're
still worried.
we have to think about how much we're gonna spend because we're just guests. We're not even like
the
the family. So let alone people who are actually there. They're gonna be spending so much more than we are.
Yeah, they are my sister, my cousin, sister, her son is getting married, and we, my 2 cousins and my sister-in-law and the brother, we sitting on the table and making the budget, and alone her suit, she's gonna wear. It's a simple wedding going to be. She's gonna wear 9 different outfits throughout
all the festivities.
And while we was making list, I could feel her was uncomfortable because
was she getting stressed?
Yeah, she's getting stressed, and she felt like she tried to make give her your brave face, but you can feel her fear, and it's just my daughter, hopefully she's gonna get married soon, and I realize, oh my god, this is crazy, this is like kind of very crazy.
I know. I realised that a while
9
back.
outfits.
Yeah.
That's so many.
9 for a mother only.
But this is what I mean. If I get married or when I get married, I want to just take it back to basics and say, look, all the other festivities we're going to do are going to be really simple. Just come in whatever you feel comfortable in. There's no pressure to look $100 and for everything. Just look good for the jogger and the wedding. Everything else, we're going to make it community, family. Let's remember why we're doing this. The maya is not there. You got to get the best shot. You got to look like this. Like Mom said, it used to be just fat close family. You weren't even meant to look good. Like
You
as
weren't
the
even
bride.
meant to wear makeup.
You weren't meant to wear
You're
makeup.
supposed to wear makeup, and
Get your hair done.
Girl, they makes makeup. They wear makeup.
They get their hair done just for Maya.
Yeah, and that's why sometimes
I suppose it's because the video, like you don't want to look back at the video and think.
But then you want to look like your real self at the same time.
I look my videos of photos and I say, oh, that was before I got married.
Yeah.
I was looking like that.
Yeah.
And that's a reminder.
Yeah.
And if you do be natural, and when you wear makeup,
you're gonna look
good.
stunning. Yeah, you're gonna look even better.
And sometimes I feel brides, they put so much makeup, all this jewelry, and they still don't look good.
Yeah.
Because you have seen the girl wearing nice clothes all the way.
All week.
All the week, and on the special day, that was her day.
Yeah.
She's supposed to look stunning because everybody watching her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm definitely going to
agree,
do that.
actually.
Because I'm going to look all raggedy in the week, so everyone's going to be like, ooh. And then obviously when I come to the wedding, everyone's going to be like, wow, is this the same girl?
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look good at every occasion.
Yeah. So, it's just a pressure, and everybody.
That's what I mean. It's the pressure that people put on you that you need to look good the whole time.
And individual, how you take it. Do you want to look good on every event, or you want to just kill it on the day? I would kill it on the day.
I think, as well, we're talking about weddings and is it worth it? Talking from a lot of people's experiences and talking to a lot of people who've done weddings and parents involved and everything, a lot of people just say, really, to them it wasn't worth it because they didn't get to truly enjoy it. There was too much pressure. They did it for the wrong reason. They did it to please people. They weren't having that much fun themselves. So really, everything that's meant to be happening in a wedding is getting taken away by the pressure, the money.
And if you look at the actual values of the wedding, there's actually really nice. Like if you actually read like what the
ceremony
means, it's actually like amazing. But we don't know, like because I don't think many people focus on that. They're focusing more on, you know,
the party,
trying to look good, alcohol, drinking, you know, coming in. Oh, I shouldn't really say that. I was going to say coming in on a helicopter. You know, like
on
doing
horses.
these.
Doing like all these
extravagant things that really.
Which is great. Like everyone's got their own personal preference, but I think like
the venue.
Yeah, the venue.
Some people spend £10,000 on a venue alone.
10,000 is nothing.
That's nothing.
Like,
some people spend like 30, 40, 50,000 just on the venue.
On the venue.
And that's not even taking into account the catering on top, the decor on top, the DJ on top, everything else on top.
That is just ridiculous.
By the way, our per head is like 25 to 30, just a basic.
Just that's basic. That's not even like the nice catering. Like that's just basic catering. So you're looking at like $7,000 just on catering.
Is that including like juggle?
No, that's
per
and you have
person.
to think. You have to think as well. The juggle. You're feeding people on the juggle. You're feeding people on the sangeet. You're feeding people.
Yeah. So look, 50 times 25. Oh, 12,000.
Where is the 50?
500 times 25 is 12.5 grand.
Yeah, just for catering alone.
12.5 grand. Come on, if you think about it like that, is that really worth it? If you're going in your daily life and you're thinking, I want to spend 12.5 grand on something. Do you really think that you want to spend 12.5 grand just to feed people for one day? To me, that's really not worth it.
That's only one meal.
That's one meal for one day.
Is that not even include? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's probably like starter,
That'd be starter, main course, dessert for the one day.
One day for one meal. So is it worth it? No,
definitely not.
And especially if like marriage is two people getting together and the family just celebrating the
the happiness
and
the
being
longevity.
witness of your being together. So I think that is completely gone out of the windows. People, they don't really, boys and girls, bride and groom, they don't feel that way.
Yeah.
They don't feel like, oh, this is our...
You don't enjoy your day because you're too busy trying to like...
Too busy, and they don't know the real purpose of why they're getting married. What is the
I think people need to really know why they're getting married, because it's just,
Do you think
it's not about just the wedding day. And
do you think that's also like a duty of the parent? Because I know we used to go to juggle for years and I had no idea what was going on. I just used to be there like not knowing what this meant until like obviously someone told me what it actually meant, and I was like, oh wow, that's what the juggle means when they're coming in with all that juggle all that stuff. Then it made sense to me and I was like, oh my god, that's why we're doing all of this. But no one's talking about it, no one's explaining it, no one really knows why we're doing it now. It's just become like a routine.
Yeah, that's
actually
it's become a routine.
I feel like don't you think sometimes you go to a wedding, it's the same setup
thing,
it's the same setup, you're going to the exact same wedding but
on
for
a different
day,
different person.
Yeah.
Don't you think that?
Yeah, it is. You know what's coming next. It's all the routine that's everyone's just doing.
If you're a traditional Indian, like from years ago, we missed the crisps and the nuts on the table.
Yeah, just take it back to basics. Like everyone's happy just to have Walker's crisps and nuts on the table. They don't want anything more.
After the like Gurdwara, it's a long
wait.
Long
Sometimes
wait.
you get nothing.
You get nothing till 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And when it comes all in one.
Yeah.
And you feel like
You're trying to eat it quickly.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they give you like a fruit, some fruit
Canapé,
or something. But we want the crisps.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, crisps.
Bring back the crisps. Walker's crisps. And
Hashtag
nuts.
bring back the crisps.
And the Coke.
Yeah.
You don't get Coke these days.
Yeah, you
You
do.
do. You do. You get
It's just
Coke,
you don't
lemonade, you get
Do
everything.
you get the bottle still? Do we still
Yeah,
get
you
bowls?
still get bottles on the table,
I
juice
don't-
on the table. You get everything.
Oh, do you? I don't know. I'm not really.
Karen, you're the first one to dive on the Coke at the
I know we get Coke. I know for that.
Yeah, we
Alright,
definitely we get everything. It's more so. It's just trying to be
It's
fancy.
more
and
fancy.
Yeah.
It's more
It's so
fancy.
that's it.
Yeah, it's more fancy.
It's like canapé now, and then the starter,
And
main,
also,
dessert.
one thing I really miss is these days you're sitting on the tables and all you're just watching each other's face. You
I know,
can't
it's
even
crazy.
It's
Like
so
we go
weird.
there, no one talks. We just sit on these round tables with the people that you're always day to day involved in anyway. You're just sitting on your family. It's not about like getting together, community, everyone
so
talking
it's
to
not
each
like
other.
you
It's just
going to-
literally routine.
So it's like
it is a bit of a routine, don't you think?
It is.
Yeah,
And you just sat there like on your table, like
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You have to follow the rules, you know, you
Yeah.
can't go outside the rules. Like you can't, you know, mingle and
you can mingle, but we just don't do it.
How can you mingle if you don't have the table? Table got so many seats. Everyone is
Yeah.
sitting on the chairs.
yeah, it's kind of
until-
like this is our table and this is how many seats we got. Like
Yeah, that's
sort
true.
of vibe.
And
Yeah.
they
isn't
normally
it?
say, oh, if there is an empty seat, and they
Like
say,
that's
oh,
taken.
that's
Yeah.
taken. Yeah. So if they put like clothes and cardigans there to make sure no one can sit there. So it's like crazy. I don't like it, to be honest. The way we are going,
Yeah.
it's really crazy.
Yeah.
It's meaningless.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree because I think that we should try and have a look at what the weddings are about.
What is the
Yeah.
meaning
Why
behind-
are we doing these weddings
That's
if
what
we're
I
not
really
even
do.
like
So, parents out there, if you've got kids and they want to get married, talk to them about each festivity. Like, talk to them about what everything means and then how you're going to go about that. Talk to them about how you used to do it back in the day. Like, mom always talks about how they did it. So, if I think that mom had a beautiful marriage with her husband, in love, had kids, had everything that they wanted, and what did they do? They got married in a school. So, if you compare
our
the
marriage
two...
cost 6,000 in total, start to finish.
That's amazing.
That's
amazing.
That's including
I would love to-
gold,
I would
love
whatever
to
we had,
spend
all
that.
the present, yeah.
I would love to spend that money.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend.
And be happy.
To be
like,
honest,
everyone
guys.
is
To be
happy.
honest, I'm not going to spend 50,000. I'm
No,
not going to lie
there's
to
no
you.
way.
I'm
We had a Malkeet, my husband's favorite singer at that time. Malkeet Singh. If you think he was my husband's favorite singer.
Oh, that's so
All
cute.
the time.
I mean, let's be realistic. You're never going to get Malkeet now for, under £6,000. There's realism in like cost inflations, etc., etc. But we're just saying you can have an amazing life. Let's remember what you're doing. Because I know, me and Kieran, we've experienced a wedding. Well, I went to it, but we talked about it, where the bride and groom were utterly uncomfortable the whole time. Everyone felt it. And then even afterwards, when we spoke to them, they were like, we said, how was your wedding? They said, we hated it. They were, they didn't want to do it. They did it for family. Can you imagine spending all that money?
just to please someone.
All that money they spent, Mum. It wasn't a simple wedding. It was nice. They had canapes. It was a beautiful venue. They did everything. It was really good. But they hated it. Their first dance was really awkward. They didn't smile the whole time. And when you talk to them, they're like, I hated it. They were really uncomfortable with it.
Why they hated it?
Because they didn't want to be in the limelight. They didn't want everything that went with it. They didn't want it, but they did it for each other's families. That's it.
Right. This is I think this is point to be noted. If you don't feel as a girl you don't want to do certain things, just stick to it and convince your husband to be or boy. Convince your wife to be, and then work together beforehand. Because these days, boys and girls, they do going out together, so they do meet and greet. So,
But what would you do? No, but what would you do if say you're very open-minded, you get it, you look at the realism of
so
it.
you have to
What
educate.
if I said to you, Mom? Just listen to this all now. So imagine if I said, Mom, me and like whoever I'm dating, we don't want to have all of that. You said, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm going to pay for it all and I'm going to do it all. then that's a very different
Then you
scenario.
have to educate me, say why I don't want it.
But they say, it doesn't matter. It does not matter about it. We have to just do it.
You know,
There's parents out there who'll do that, and you know it.
No. It's like a parent is all about children's happiness. Yeah, and today parent needs to be educated. Parents, please, we get in the blame for everything. If you do it right, then we get the blame for it. If you don't do it right, then we get the blame for it. Listen to your children. If they don't want it, save some money.
Save
right?
some money.
Save some money.
You don't
Give
wanna
that money.
But what
to
would you
the-
say
to the boys, to the girls, and let them to buy the house? Obviously, if they don't want to live, obviously they're gonna live with the family, and that's their investment property, so they can do something. Don't let them to. It's crazy, going to spend £50,000 on something. It's just gonna blow up for a one day.
But what would you say if, the bride and groom, they don't want that. They've said to their parents, the parents said, no, it's fine, we'll have to do it. And then what if that parent as well is getting pressure from their siblings or, people in society
That's it.
who are pressuring them?
I think this is why we are talking here.
Yeah.
We want everybody to be educated. Listen to your children. Bring the change.
Yeah.
It has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
If we are copycatting, we just copying. I copying you copying Kiran, copying someone else, and we want to be better than you. You want to be better than me.
That's true.
And then I was listening to on the radio, this one person, he got the remortgage his house for 100,000, spent all the money on the wedding. 3 months later, girl came back, and he said, I don't know why I'm upset, more upset at my girl's home, or more upset I took the loan, and I'm paying for.
That's so
he's
sad.
60 plus, and he said I have to work more
now to pay that wedding back.
Yeah, so that's
horrible.
It's really sad.
Does it even it's like some children, if children are blinded and they're forcing parents to do certain things, don't do it. Just say,
I
if
agree.
you want to do it,
Yeah.
hold, work,
Save for
money,
your own wedding.
own wedding.
I agree. If you want to get married, don't put all the pressure on the parents.
Yeah,
Don't put all the money. If you want all those fancy things,
Then you pay for it.
go and pay for it.
Yeah.
You can't force your mom or your dad to pay for.
If they have to remortgage, or they
£100,000,
have to get a loan, or if they haven't got that money and you want something, then you can't expect it from
you
your parent.
have to go get it,
have to go get
not
it.
someone else.
You
That's
don't-
not fair.
And also, don't rush into the marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage is not like some kind of
trend or
Yeah.
everyone's doing it or
Yeah.
right away. Like, that's not the end
or an
destination.
age. You
Oh,
have to be
yeah.
married by this certain age. Just wait. If you can't afford to get married, just wait for it.
And also, everyone, let's remember what marriage is about. It's about bringing two people together who are in love, who want to be together, and they want to spend their life, because marriage is no joke. Even if you're in love, coming together as two different people, bringing your whole lives, whole family together is really hard, and it never, ever, ever stops being hard work, does it, Mom?
No, never.
Throughout all of life.
All your lives, it's just like hard working, compromising, sacrifice your own happiness sometimes. Sometimes you have to step back, sometimes you have to step forward. Sometimes my experience as a wife, sometimes you have to be friend, sometimes you have to be mother to him, sometimes you have to be really like a teacher or like even master, I would say, to get good out of him. So it's never, this is a journey. It's never gonna stop.
No.
And it's gonna get harder and harder every day. So like another, I'm gonna bring another example here. Is this? I know this girl. She's she's from the rich family. This is like the rich family actually they're spoiling the kids too much. They don't know the value of money, and because they're doing it, and people like us, our kids, they want to be doing that exactly the same.
I was just about to say that. I think that sometimes it's not you know, when you say society, I think it's actually people
Around
around you, because you think they've spent that much, we need to spend that much.
And you also get judged now as well. So like we never do it because we've just never been brought up that way. But I have heard comments at weddings where people go, "Ooh, this food's not that great," or "Ooh, they've done this that way," and it's like, just leave that person alone. They've done what they can do, like, or that might be their taste. It might not be to your taste. It might just leave them alone. Just
like, we went to like a wedding, and it wasn't like it wasn't spent like, they hadn't spent a lot of money, but I really appreciated the fact that you can tell that they had spent the money themselves in there. You can tell, and
you can see they was having good time. And that's what they was having good time, and they enjoying the day.
That's so
gonna
true,
remember.
actually.
So it's like all our Indian people, including myself, we were saying, "Oh, what is this?" That kind of thing. But
you weren't used to it. Yeah, you weren't used to it.
We are usually going to this special
fancy.
That's so true, actually. That's such a good point, Kiran. Because that's what I took away from that wedding. I took away that it was like very low budget. They didn't have a care in the world about the normal societal pressures. They just did whatever they could afford. They did whatever they felt comfortable for themselves, and there was so much love in the room, wasn't there? There was so much happiness. Like, the parents made speeches, and it was like something that we had never experienced before. It was like true happiness and just true love. They're doing it all for the right reasons, and that's all you need, and they're going to live a happy life.
And it's what they can afford at the end of the day. You don't want to push yourself over the edge and get a loan and get things that you can't afford.
If you're going to have a loan, okay, you probably do everything on one day, and next day, when his loans payments gonna come, you're gonna become stressed. You're gonna be stressed. You're gonna be unhappy, and that's gonna affect your marriage.
Yeah. One thing I would say, like, it's easy for us to say all these things now, but things do hurt, and comments do hurt, and you do hear them as well. So what would you suggest for that about
I would say
being brave?
Small-minded. Keep your negative comments to yourself, please. Don't if you can't say good stuff, don't try to say bad stuff as well. And it's like and also, people who want to change, you need to come out, be brave, show something. I think everybody has a responsibility as a society. So if I start something simple, probably some people,
it would encourage
to follow. Other people can do it, and obviously it's especially people who don't have that kind of money, we saving their life.
What do you think people should do? I think personally, people should have a look at how much they can afford and stick to that budget.
That's exactly what I think. I think if you can afford a huge fancy wedding and it's no issue to you, then absolutely do that. Like, do what makes you happy. That makes some people happy and they can afford it, then go ahead and do that. But if you feel, as Indian, because there's so much pressure, let's be real, about our weddings, if you genuinely feel that you're being pressured into something, you don't want to do it, you can't afford it, just literally do what you can do, and that's it. If mom can spend 6,000 on a wedding all in, then let's be real about what we're doing here, and let's be
that was in the 80s, Ben.
Yeah, I get it, but there's some sort of blend is what I'm trying to say. There is a blend.
Okay, probably it's like a time 3 and 6 times 3 or 4,
like 20,000.
Yeah, 20,000. You can get married.
Yeah, definitely. You can get married in 20,000.
Yeah, in Canada, I just find this new thing. I never knew that in Canada, all they do, go to the a Gurdwara temple and get married. And if no one's give the party, if a boy side want to give the party, that's in the house. So on the wedding day, you come, do the wedding, eat the langar. Langar basically is a free food from Gurdwara. And even Gurdwara, this one, they try to rip you off. They rip the wedding today, yeah. So, you know.
How much is a gurdwara these days, Mum?
I
It's
think
like
it's
£500 or something.
£1,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah, £1,000 just to the, Ananda Garj.
That's quite
5
bad, you
That's
know.
bad.
And you have to think how many weddings is going on in a
Yeah, so
gurdwara.
it's a
And then
money-making scheme there,
Yeah,
really.
it's absolutely money making, these temples. And also, then they ask you, oh, we are building fund. Oh,
And they make a live announcement, don't they, of how
yeah,
much you're given.
you given, and you have to.
Do
as
they?
Yeah. As a girl or boy comes.
So
That's so bad,
on the
isn't it?
Ramallah, you have to put some money on there as
Yeah.
well. You have to give Gurdwara.
And it's all
So
for
that
show.
yeah, because if you don't put enough money down, then they're gonna think, how she's rude.
Yeah, so
She's
it's
not
like,
putting enough money
Why
down.
don't we just we can advise you just, maybe just, I don't know. It's a difficult one. It's a really difficult one because you're just going to get judged no matter what. So, like Mom said.
Be brave.
Yeah.
Just be as someone different and just do
what you can
simple
afford.
wedding,
Yeah.
you know.
Keep
Simple
people
is
around
better.
you who believe in the same things as you and also are going to, protect you. So, like, if something's been said or something's hurt you, then keep people around you who are going to boost you up, so you can go to them and be like, oh my god, Mom, I heard this has been said, and then I know Mom's going to give me the best advice and help me through that.
I think if my daughter come with that, people are saying negative things, I would told her as a advisor, do not live for others. Everyone who are listening this, please try not to live for others. Try not to live for pleasing for others. Who you are. If you are happy, that is the main thing. If you are not happy inside, nothing gonna work for you. No money, no material things. So try to be.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, this is all materialistic things, isn't it? Really,
It is.
that we're trying to do this wedding.
Yeah. So it's like loving yourself and just caring yourself and believing in yourself. If you're doing something good, just go for it and
Don't worry.
Don't look these negative messages or.
It's too much comparison, isn't it, these
Yeah,
days?
so
It's just
just
comparing yourself to others and what
do
other
not
people have done.
compare.
Yeah.
Who you are. Everybody know who they are. Everybody know the financial situations. Everyone knows their parents' finance situations. Yeah, so no one is blind. Yeah, all you need is courage and just
To do something different.
Yeah, just believing in yourself.
And I know from our personal experiences, we've done things at home, like parties at home and stuff, and they're just so much fun when there's no pressure or stress or, just genuine happiness. I think those parties have been great, haven't they? Stuff that we've done at home. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a really,
It's way more connect.
Homely,
Like you can connect with people.
connect.
Another
Like
thing,
vibes.
You can talk to
You
everyone
can
in the room
talk.
rather than not knowing what that person.
And
over there
everyone's
is doing.
uncomfortable as well. Like they're in these fancy clothes and they're all like, you
yeah,
can't
that's what I was
even
going to say.
break
it's
it down.
like,
Just have a party, just be wild. All of that's gone. It's just.
I think it's just another thing. It's like say I have spoken to so many parents, especially ladies. They say, "Oh, we don't want to work on the day." That's another thing. Used to be all ladies
Everyone get
work.
together.
Yeah, they used to work, help each other, and now they just want to wear nice clothes and sit like a statue, and that's why we have to go to event. Or
you have to
venues.
spend all the money
Yeah.
Extra money because
no one wants to
do it
help.
at home.
That's so
Yeah.
true. Because
Wow.
no one, because in the olden days, everyone would just get everyone
everyone
together.
knew.
And start cooking and
Yeah, so
feeding
helping,
and whatever. Yeah.
But Mom, you do that all the time.
I do because
Mom does it all the time. Whenever we have weddings, she always goes to our cousin's house and starts cooking and cleaning and doing all sorts.
That's like we are used to it. That's what we used to do, and I feel like that's my duty to do that kind of things, and that's natural in me. But to the girls, they their nails get dirty because they paint their nails, so their makeup will probably smudge if they go to the heat. This is a different.
So true, yeah, I agree.
True.
So, in all of that, do you guys think the weddings are worth spending all that money is worth it?
No.
Absolutely no.
I don't.
If you have it, like Amy was saying, if you got it, do whatever you want, right? If you don't have it, please just be careful. End of the day, it's not just one day. It's the rest of your life. You can buy a new car with the money. You can buy a new house. You can buy, go like holiday. It's like you spend nice.
Kids. Mom, kids are expensive as well these days.
Yes.
So expensive.
It's very expensive. If you want to start a family sooner.
That's going to cost. You just need to think, is this all worth it? Because if it's not, then you should just not do it.
Yeah, stop
and
it.
am I actually having fun?
Yeah.
How can you have a fun if you're thinking...
Stress.
I think that you should just... look at all the things that you need to do, the Sangeet, Maya Moore, and just look at things. Oh yeah, let's try and do it at home.
Yeah.
Just try and save costs.
Yeah.
There is so many different
many ways that you can do that.
And even all the mothers, cousins, they can do the cooking. I mean, you can hire cooking girls. They can cook for you, or you have to just serve, or even get serving people. At least, that's save some much money.
I think people are definitely clocking on to this though, because there's been people that I've started realising that people are doing things more at home again, because they're clocking on to this fact that why are we, what's that saying? When they follow that saying.
Thing.
Oh, sheep.
No, when keeping up with the Joneses.
Oh, yeah.
This whole keeping up with the Joneses idea. I think people are starting to clock onto it. Why are we doing that? Why are we trying to do what they did when we can't afford it? So I've actually noticed that people are bringing things back home where they can do, and they're more fun. They're more homely, vibing.
If it's not a home, if you don't want a home, you can hire community halls or schools.
Yeah, schools.
They are cheap.
They are cheap.
Yeah.
Even the halls, halls that you have at schools and stuff like that.
So it's a cheaper, Hannah.
Yeah, there's cheaper ways of doing it.
Cheaper ways of trying to get to the end goal rather than spending so much money.
Yeah, looking at options. I mean, there's always an alternative.
And don't feel less than just because you're doing it in a school. That's not the end.
Don't feel embarrassed.
Don't feel embarrassed. It's not the end. You should just think you're doing it better because you're saving money rather than, you're thinking about your marriage rather than actually thinking
just
about a
day.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do that, girl and boy and parents, I would say
be open-minded.
Congratulations. You're showing some bravery here. It's need to be brave to come real. It's not like people whose copy is easy to copy others. But if you want to be real, you need a courage.
That's true.
And you the one who's going to change this community.
Yeah, that definitely got deep, Mom. I believe definitely that's a really good point. Well done for making it. Because it's true. There's been people in society who have done these crazy things that were against the law or whatever, and they've stood up, and it took courage to do that. Yeah. So it's the same thing here. It takes courage to change things. If you're not happy, it's easier to just go with it and just fake it till you make it. Yeah,
people
but really
heart problems after.
It takes courage to stand up for what you believe in.
Yeah.
High five, Mom.
Yeah, high five. High five, people!
Yeah, that was really fun. I enjoyed talking about that. Let us know any stories that you've got, any opinions, any worries, any concerns.
Yeah, if you're getting married and you're scared about spending so much money, maybe we can have a look. Yeah, look at your budget and see where you can cut costs.
Yeah,
because there's so many ways you can cut costs.
Yeah, especially now these days. It's we would like to, bring the old thing, making the sabji apne ghar and enjoy
And
Yeah.
crisps and nuts.
Crisps and nuts, having parties at home, just bringing the community feel back to it because that's not there anymore.
It's like you paying caterers. You're making other people rich and you're making yourself poor. Why? Ask yourself why. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why? Why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing this? Yeah.
Right, that's a pleasure to speaking with you. And I would like to come again. Okay, no. So we're gonna bring next time's different topic, and this is great.
Let's get things out in the open discussions, and let's just be free brown ladies.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.